exhale. Let it go. Okay, very interesting. There you go. All right. Wow. Come over and hold his hand.
I'm sweating. Like it's so terrible.
That elbow's legit.
You guys have people's elbow right there.
Yeah. There we go. Gee, finally it moves. And then we call it a writing reflex. Your eyes always seek the horizon. It'll do like this, and then it'll just go to it'll just go to a translation. Is when you really messed up. Ultimately, we got to get the head back, but I'm just see if we can.
I was in a car accident when I was in 4th grade. We were hit on by a drunk driver. My mom's paralyzed from it. My brother's I went through the windshield. I'm deaf in one ear.
Oh my gosh.
I broke my back. I was out of it for 2 weeks. So I don't remember exactly what was broke. My dad had all the kids were in. So he was going from kid to kid to his wife and dying every 5 minutes. And like, it was just, he couldn't remember what went on with what. He was just trying to go back and forth.
So you went through the windshield?
I went through the windshield, lost my hearing. I got to have a staphyndectomy and stuff. I'm still deaf in my right ear.
Wow.
But I do remember after that, every time I play, and I'm very athletic, play a lot of sports, every picture you see me is doing this.
Yes.
If I'm over on the basketball court or I'm in the football, I'm standing like this. Wow. And people are like, why do you stand like that? And I'm massaging my back. All I'm doing is massaging it the whole time. And it just
supporting and arching.
Absolutely, just giving me support. So when I go to the court side, this is my pose, and I've got tons of pictures of me doing this.
Right.
Always standing like that.
Just as much as you can recall, where you said was the back broken? You said
yes.
They said it was kind of fractured or.
See, I was 10 years old. I'm not really sure. I woke up 2 weeks. I had glass all in my face, and I broke my back. But I was young enough that they didn't have to do surgery. But my dad doesn't know what happened.
No pictures have been taken ever since?
Well, I did, I went to one chiropractor before, and, but they couldn't really tell.
Any symptoms going down your legs? Well, give me symptomatology. So no numbness or anything down the legs, no numbness down the arms? No burning in the arms, no burning down the legs?
No.
The pain in your back, describe it, kind of achy?
Always achy. It's tight, always aching. Mm-hmm. I'm always having to move.
Kind of right near the midline here, kind of small back.
Yep.
Okay, so it's just the joints. That pain is the knuckles. The joints in your back are inflamed. You can, right there, right? It's right there in my lower back. There's no evidence of disc injury. Obviously, discs are like cavities in teeth. Until they finally hit the nerve root, you can have a disc injury, but we don't know about it until it hits the nerve root. The impact that that kind of trauma at a young age, especially in your formative years, has in, well, how did your body heal, right? So you have a trauma. Your head hits the windshield, gee whiz. I mean, how your neck survived that, I have no idea. So when you have an injury of that severity, your body from then on put fortifications down in anticipation of another windshield, right?
I've been in 3 major accidents. I flipped down the interstate. I taken a whole front off of a car, hit us at 90 miles an hour. I flipped 12 times down the interstate. My brother pulled out in front of somebody.
What age was this?
That was when I was 17.
Do you know what you married over here? What is this?
Yeah, I know.
I thought she was the bad one with the fault.
Well, the good thing is, I will say, he was never the driver in any. Well,
no, it wasn't my fault.
Yeah.
It was all done to me, but I never.
That's bad luck.
I thought she was going to be the worst one. You guys got a broken back.
I meant to tell you, you're going to have your good time with him.
All right, but hold on. You have these car accidents and nobody's got any MRIs of your back?
No.
These were chiropractors you went to?
Just one. I only went to one.
Nobody was curious?
I grew up very with all these injuries and stuff. We were blessed, but poor. I would say.
I understand. I got you.
So we didn't go to the doctors unless you really were sick or you think. And we went to just go get the shot and come home. It was never. We didn't have X-rays. We didn't.
Okay, I got you.
The 2 down the interstate, I walked out of it. The car was flipped up down. We did not go into the doctor because we were okay. We were walking. And my dad's like, "You're good. You're good. Okay, let's go."
All right. I don't see any bones sticking out anywhere. No, we're good. Yeah. Let's just go home, guys. Chicken pot pie tonight?
Yeah, exactly how it went. We got to go to grandmother's. It's Thanksgiving. Let's go. That's exactly how it went.
MRIs are, they're $200 cash. I'm just saying, if one day it ever comes up, I would just say an MRI of the neck and lower back, $400. We just get an idea of what we're dealing with.
Okay.
There used to be thousands of dollars, and then yes, it didn't make much sense because it was like, an X-ray was a couple $100, but an MRI was a few thousand. But the MRI prices have come down to the point where I'm like, I almost don't even take any X-rays anymore. Just go get the MRI because it shows way more. You get to see how the discs are doing. They're made of water, so we want to make sure the discs are holding water and not drying out. We call that desiccation, where the discs are aging too quickly. And I'm a healthcare guy, right? I'm not going to wait till you have those type of symptoms. I'm going to treat you from a perspective of, well, these traumas have most likely caused parts of your back to quit a lot, and now other parts are having to compensate. And you notice as a teenager, it was enough that you had to support it, and certain parts of your back were being overstressed, and you're going, maybe I'll use my chest to help support my lower back, and that'll hold it together. Okay. Same kind of thing, my left shoulder. Just a little bit. You see here. Left hip, same. You guys are copies. You guys are good pairing. All right, we're about 1.5 inches forward, shoulders rounded forward a little bit, same kind of thing. All right. Right, just like a rock. Feel tight, right? Feel. I know.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's what it's supposed to feel like?
Soft, right?
Really tight.
Right.
Mine have always been tight.
I mean, that's just a solid piece of concrete. And my point with that is that if this is concrete and I go to bend, do you see how all the bending happens here?
That's exactly
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So this is really just responding to the mechanics of this area being shut down. Now, when I go in and start discovering why, we're going to run into some monsters in there, but that area has to be unlocked. Right at the waistline?
Yeah, right here.
Right at the
That's
waistline.
right,
L4, L5, these are just the joints. So that,
I played baseball, so my whole shortstop, all the motion was always go down.
so just we call it facet syndrome is the medical diagnosis. It's the joints. It's the knuckles. You're pointing to these two primary knuckles. Now, like I said earlier, when I work on your wife, when you overwork a muscle, it grows. When you overwork a joint, it will grow. So the bone will actually get larger, and then this nerve gets what we call stenosis. That foramen gets narrower. That's what bone spurs hit those nerves. The bones start to grow, right? And so we have little holes the nerves are going through. So if the disc might get injured also, starts to become like bacon, gets sort of dried out. It's supposed to be soft and flexible. And then as the bones grow, they start to grow into that hole where the nerve's passing through.
Okay.
And that's the symptom of, that's why I asked about the legs, or getting pain in my glute or tightness in my calf. Those are kind of pre-symptoms of sciatica, or just might be a little bit more sneaky, not just pain, but just like the tightness in the calf can be the nerves getting irritated in your lower back, and then it eventually 5 years later becomes sciatica. Let's not wait for that.
What about performance syndrome?
Tell me.
I had, when I drove, when I met her, she was in Wisconsin, I drove 13 hours out. My whole leg was numb, hurting, it went this right leg where I was driving.
That's
okay.
pre. You're in pre. You're in.
Okay.
And I would imagine so. I mean, I can't imagine even 35. That's pretty lucky you made it this far. So piriformis is controlled by the sciatic nerve.
Okay.
So
yeah.
Everybody wants to try to stretch the piriformis, but if the piriformis is being tasered by the nerves in your lower back, then when you're sitting, all the stress goes down to your lower back. That nerve's getting some electrical activity. You're getting tightness, and then in the glute. That makes sense. I mean, you're in the early stages, so let's move as much stress off your lower back. One day, $200 MRI, your lower back would be a good thing, just to see where we're at. I expect to see a 35-year-old back, age appropriate. We don't want to see parts that are older, and then obviously other parts that are younger. We want to have an evenly aging spine. All right, deep breath in for me. We'll sit up. Head back. Exhale. Okay, deep breath in. Here we go. Exhale. Let it go. Okay, very interesting. Okay, deep breath in. Exhale. Okay, all right. That's why you've made it to 35, because you haven't lost all that. So whatever, enough mobility has been retained in your chest that your lower back's not just left alone completely. That one area almost went before I even pushed. It was like, sure, okay.
That's good.
I didn't even ask you to move yet. Yes, sir, okay, yeah, all right.
That's my life.
Slide down. Side base, bottom leg straight, top leg bent. There we go. Hands right on your belly. Look over this shoulder. And then put that back of your head in that little slit there. That'll hold you. Put that right there. Deep breath in for me. Exhale. All right, deep breath in. I got you. Exhale. Yeah, okay, other side for me. A little bit more on your side. Bring the shoulder underneath you a little bit more. There you go, good. There we go. It's a dance. It's a dance. Deep breath in. Exhale. All right, 1 second. Yeah, wow, real tight this way. Wow. All right, I got you. Exhale. Yeah, there's your injury. Wow, okay.
That's
That's
it.
wow, all right. So the joints in there, they look like handshakes. They got to, in order for you to be able to rotate that way, the joints have to be able to come together, as a handshake. And if the joints are injured, then they don't slide properly. All right, let me see here. All right. I'm just checking everything. Everybody's after going through a windshield, I'm making sure he's got all his bones in here. Just everything's out to the right, just like nothing atypical, but just a little bit here at the top. All right. He's got it. There we go. I got you. This side's a little tighter here. There we go. All right.
Wow.
It's a miracle. It's a miracle. I mean, it really is. I mean that you can have that kind of injury and not be paralyzed.
Mm-hmm.
That's really fortunate. Or if I'm sure if a different angle of your head hitting or whatever,
I didn't even have a seatbelt. I woke up by the fan motor. If it had been 2 inches over, I was dead.
That's my point exactly.
I went through the windshield, and it caught me. My knees caught me on the dashboard.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm very lucky to be
Right. There's angels that were protecting you there. Something.
Sorry about your mom.
Oh my gosh.
She's been 25 years. They told her she wouldn't make it. My dad, they're the best. I know what love is supposed to look like.
Wow.
That's why it makes me a better husband.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I'm just gonna go through your spine and wake everybody up. I'm gonna get her off there. I think we're about 20 minutes. Let me see. What are we at here? Yeah, we're done. All right.
Yeah.
Good job. Hold on. Stay there. I got you. It's gonna feel weird. Lay back. I got you. I know it's my back of my head is not numb, Ed. Feels a little weird. Right. That's what'll happen is as you progress through your dental, that'll stop happening. It'll just feel natural to get off. There won't be this huge disparity. But just lay that on your back for a second. Let that calm down.
That's really good that you made it 20 minutes.
Yeah, you did
a lot
great.
of people
You did-
can't.
That's, yeah, it felt really good.
Good.
You did great. Taking you back home. That's where your neck belongs. It's not taking you to a new place. It's taking you where it used to be. Your neck used to be curved. We lost the curve. We weren't told we were supposed to have it, but it's the most balanced, ideal position for your body to be. It's like being in your house, not in your yard. It's like you're where you belong. There we go. Head back. All right. Just looking at you. This is actually on the left. This is more tight over here. Right over here is definitely
Now, I sleep on my side.
on the right side.
No, I sleep with my right ear up so I can't hear nothing. So I sleep on my left.
On your left side.
Yes. So, but that's because I'm deaf. I can tune out the world and go to sleep.
Makes sense. Hey,
Yeah. I'll use it. I'll use it when I got it.
working for your advantage.
Yeah.
She's like, "Did you hear that?" She asked me last night, "Did you hear the dog bark?" I was like, "No,
He's
I
like,
don't
no,
hear
I'm
nothing."
deaf. That's his response. It's like, well, you're deaf, I'm blind. Two peas in
We're
a pod.
we're that couple.
Yeah, we wouldn't do well in a night fight.
With our powers combined.
Exactly.
Right there.
If your arms are tingly, they can go on your belly. Yeah, it's normal.
Yeah,
'cause
take a break. Yeah, sorry.
Take a
Yeah,
break.
It's okay.
My arms are completely numb now.
Trying.
Yeah, right there. Feel that kind of gristle? That's what I was trying to, when you asked me what it is, it's that. It's not, that you weren't born with this. That tissue didn't come out all gristly and
Oh, wow.
tangled. It's not normal. Life injured it, going through a windshield, yada, yada, yada. Something got torn. Yeah, right there. That's all. Yeah. Never mind. I'm learning more about you the more I work on you here. You actually can hear that. Everything is relatively organized. When you live life, it stretches, and then it can, when you move your body around it, then you tear it, right? And then it heals like that. That's what we'll end up with, is something that's not, and it still stretches, kind of. It's not nearly as flexible as the original stuff. Make sense? And we call that scar tissue. But yeah, it's the right side. This is why you're on that left side. Your head loves left. It's still. So you feel the difference? This right here. Your head doesn't like tilting right also. Laying on your left side is the same as tilting your head left. That makes sense? You're in left lateral tilt all the time. And so,
Gotcha.
and I get it for the ear thing, but sleep on your right side a little bit too. I don't know. Curious if there's any left. Yeah, a little bit. Ooh, that felt nice. Yeah. Oh, there we go. 1 second here. You're a miracle. I'm saying the fact that I don't see huge distortions here. Got it elevated here. It says left. I need an MRI. I want to see the inside.
Definitely get one.
Like I said, that would. I'm shocked that, like I said, nobody's curious. Nobody's curious.
Well, now you say it, I am.
All right. I'm going too hard. Please let me know. I'm gonna keep going deeper. Okay. Right here, there's a little bit.
That's where it hurts too.
Right there.
Yeah, look there and down.
There. We're gonna put that piece of foam here in a minute. Yeah? Okay. This is not typically a surgical area. This is an area that sits on the sidelines and watches this joint quit on you. And now I'm asking it to bend, and the joint's like, nah, sorry. And this was the side, the left lower back. This is the side that wouldn't rotate. This wouldn't come together over here. I mean, there's definitely a bump there too. Definitely. At least it's symmetrical. At least we got. It's a little higher, I'd say. This is here, and then this one's like a couple inches higher. All right, there. Okay. We're gonna smooth out all these dents. We're gonna smooth out all these dents. I'm examining and treating at the same time here. But yeah, that needs to be pulled. This dent here, right there. There we go. Oh no. This gives me some space to move it towards. There, yeah.
There too. Oh. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Well, I didn't even mince my pain. I'm over here crying like a little baby.
Yeah, it did a little bit, but I know what you mean. Power through.
Come over and hold his hand.
I'm sweating. Like it's the.
I'm having a sympathetic response here, Ed. Yeah. Hello. Mm-hmm. All right, take a break.
I'm sweating like a mother. I'm sorry. I'm trying so hard.
Look at you.
It's so terrible.
All right, come on, buddy, come on. Let's get this knot out of here.
He's got a few more years of being in pain than I did anyway.
All right, 10 seconds, come on, about 10 seconds. Come on.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's where it was. If I had to say that where the break was either here, or there was two, or just this right here. What they were X-raying was up here.
Yeah, they did a PAKA right around there. That's the section they were shooting. You know, now that I know what we shoot for that reason. But
Mm-hmm. See, in normal mechanics, when you're a kid, this part of your back works first. So, and even biomechanically, this when you bend to touch your toes, this is supposed to pivot first. This pivots last. So when we're young and we have our first injuries, the injury goes to the guy that first arrives to work, which is this. That's what broke, because that's what got punched during the car accident. Now, as a response to that, this part is all tight, and now he's getting the compensatory pain of the lower back responding to the lock that happened up here. And but the more I'm digging on him, yeah, I've worked on enough backs. Something feels weird right here. There's a weirdness. Even your ability to rotate you were so good this way. Do you understand? You could rotate. That was a huge level of asymmetry in your ability to rotate. This is blockaded.
and see, I can put one leg across another, but I can't do the other side. Like you're right. Like I can't do the other.
Well, like I said, your body expects this to happen again.
Yeah.
You know, and so we have to try to slowly hold its hand and convince it that it can't be locked. For the health of the rest of your spine, we're sorry that it happened, but we got to have everybody, at attention, everybody working.
Honestly, thought this was going to be the worst part.
Yeah, the elbow was, No, it was the elbow.
I thought the elbow. I'll be fine with that. That's correct. But no, it's the opposite.
That elbow's legit.
You guys have people's elbow right there.
I know. Yeah, I mean, like I said, when you watch your video later, I mean, most of your back isn't actually making a mark because it's already self-cleaning based on the joint mobility. I mean, if you look, most of it's all centered around the part of his back that didn't work, right in here. And he's putting his hand right over the wound.
Yes, exactly where I massage. You're right on.
There's a wound in there.
I massage my lower back then. My lower back's hurting now, but back in the day, that's where my hands are. Right there.
Yeah. No, that's where the wound
Yeah,
is.
if he ever asks me to rub his back, that's usually where he'll tell me to start. And the next thing you know, it's like it's down into that low back region.
Yeah, this is the boss of this. It's really,
Wow.
and then there's something that happened up here. Either At the same time, like right here on the right upper, about a couple inches higher on the right, like right here, there's some scar. Like the force went in like that or something. You're saying that it went bam and then
Right.
it shot across to this side. So this was the main impact, but there was some shrapnel that went up here on the upper right.
Well, that's where they found the front of the dashboard was right there. It was across my chest, right here, where I must have hit it. And then when I went slow me around, my face went through the winch and the windshield came across.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not blacked out. I woke up, the radiator fan is sitting right beside me.
Jeez.
And then my brother was in a coma, and
My.
he was talking and doing crazy stuff. And I know my brother, and I'm like, what's wrong with him? So my dad drove back on it. He was the first one on the scene.
Jeez.
My dad saw all of us and his kids laying there, and my brother sees
Oh
it, and my mom's, she can't get her to breathe. And he went to us because he's like, I can't do nothing with her. They cut her out, took her 2 hours, and then they lifelined her out. She died 6 times on the helicopter.
My goodness.
So he saw my dad saw every bit of it. He ran up on it.
That's hard as a
Wow.
father
Yeah.
to go through that trauma. It
Yep.
makes a lasting impression.
Yeah.
Is he okay now, or is he?
My dad is the best thing that's ever
Yeah.
happened to me. Yeah.
He's a strong man for
He-
sure.
Yeah.
Would never, yeah.
Wow.
Scary.
I am who I am because of him.
Wow. That's cool. That's really cool.
He massages her feet. He does everything.
Mm.
Workaholic. I can't get him to stop.
Yeah, I'm going to basically give you a device that's going to emulate what your hands were doing. And then once you're able to really master that device, you won't have the need to try to press it in because it'll just be there. That's the goal, is to get the lumbar curve back to your back. And then that'll support everything better. The weight will be more evenly spread. The stress will be off your lower back and hips and all that. Yeah. Ooh, okay. Mm-hmm. Breathe in deep. It's okay. I got you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Breathe. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I know. Come on.
Oh. Feel that in my hips.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay, I know.
Yeah. So inside the spinal cord, well, inside the spinal column, at this level is where the sciatic nerve starts. So the cauda equina, right, the conus medullaris, cauda equina, is up at L1. So the L4, L5 is the first two branches of the sciatic nerve. They actually form up here, right?
Right.
They travel down the tube, and then they exit, right? Does that make sense?
Mhm.
But the sciatic nerve actually forms. Nobody talks about that. I have no. So I could be, either I'm way off here or nobody else is talking about this. I'm like, guys, there was like sciatic nerve starts here. I'm like, no, it starts right off the cauda equina. Off up there at the conus medullaris, where the individual cables, right, the cord becomes individual cables here that then travel down and then exit. But if there's scar tissue and inflammation up here, the nerves are irritated. That's why you feel it in your hip. Does that make sense?
Uh-huh.
Because you're feeling the beginning of the L4 nerve root that comes out down here at the exit is up here.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely felt that.
Yes. I'll give a seminar one day on that. But nobody talks about that. I'm like, everybody wants to do it down here. Does that make sense? Everyone wants to do it down here, but I'm like, no, it starts right there. This is where it's starting.
Uh-huh.
There we go. breathe in deep for me. Exhale. Let your chest go forward, push your chest forward. All right, here we go. Good, okay. Arms back down. Yeah, stretch them. Breathe. Just gotta hold them like this. And how was your day? All right, it's good. All right. It's good. All right, I got you.
But they could be there, so you might not.
Okay, I got you. No worries. Well, the reason that happens is there's too much weight on the toes, right?
Yes.
Weight belongs here, and then when you put the weight on the toe, the bunion forms. There we go. I got you. All right, good. Okay. All right, go ahead and tilt your head left.
Why do you do that? I saw this. This is the other part of the video I was like, I've never seen any.
Left for me. Tilt head left. Okay, good. So the drain lines that drain your sinuses all drain down behind the ear. So part of what we're trying to do is open up any congestion or any blockages back there that are potentially there. There we go. All right, go ahead and tilt your head to the right. There we go, yeah. Go ahead and tilt your head to the right, tilt right. Okay. Your feet together, knees together. Then rotate your knees right. There we go, breathe, come on. Yeah, we gotta get those knees to the floor one day. Come on, breathe. Breathe, come on, stretch. This is you got homework to do. You're not gonna hurt yourself, I promise you. You're saying you will not hurt yourself on this device. It's going to be uncomfortable, but breathe, bring your knees back up. All right, move your feet to the right, and then knees left. Come on, exhale, stretch, come on. There you go.
Yeah.
Good. All right, knees back up. All right, move your feet left. There we go. Breathe, deep breath in. Exhale, stretch, come on. Yeah, just you gotta get those knees to the floor. And then knees in the middle, keep the feet in the middle, knees in the middle. Just take a break for a second. Just breathe. Let that.
Did you get your knees at the floor?
Yeah.
Oh.
You got work to do.
Another way she's better than me. Let's just go ahead and put it on there. Put it on the video.
It just takes time. You have to. Now, there's the range is. Let's see. I have you right now, about right here, because we're trying to work this curve. But you can go higher. It can be up here. But this whole area, and really ideally, this thumb part emulates my elbow, and you put it right on that spot. You just wedge it in there. Does that make sense? And you do 20 minutes, and knee side to side, and you got to master it. It's really I can't carry up to Mount Everest. You got to walk your way. I'm here to guide you and point you in the right direction. This one, your legs are straight for this guy if you can.
Okay.
And then, so I'm going to show you the wrong positions, and that makes the right position easier. So the wrong position would be too high. Right, your chin's down. Does that make sense? Too high up here. I don't want it all the way down here either.
Okay.
You're too low. So it's going to be Goldilocks, a little bit of middle upper neck. Your chin is up. You'll take your hand, take it on your forehead, press your head into the mold. Does that make sense? And then you put your hand back down. So the more you do it, the less you'll need to do that, but you're trying to get the head to actually, and then what'll happen is it'll come up out of it and you're gonna stay. The more you do it, the more your neck will just want to be curved. The rest of your life, roll to your side push up, that's how you get up. Right? Unless there's a fire. It's just a lot more expensive to get up like this. It's just expensive. Unless, well, there's a fire! Oh no, Dr. Ed said that. I didn't say that. I said if you have to get up quickly, get up however you gotta get up. But for the long-term health of your spine.
Well, thank you so
I
much.
appreciate it. Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Issues, how long that's been going on?
On a while, the
Okay.
TMJ probably a couple of years at least, and I mean it's just been bad and tried some different things. Like obviously went to the dentist. They recommended Botox.
Okay.
It did not help.
When did did you have any dental work that's kind of preceded it?
I don't think so. No, because only everything I've had done was just my wisdom teeth removed. So
Okay. It didn't really was around the same time of that, or not really?
it's like I can't remember when it just started
Okay.
clicking as it does now.
Okay. Can you show me just briefly right here?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's been going on for what, a couple of years now?
Easily. Yeah.
Okay. The neck issues that you're feeling right now, tell me about that a little bit.
It may be from sleeping because I am a stomach sleeper.
Okay.
So, twisting my head a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just kind of started like, it seems like I'm always pulling here
Okay.
and then kind of like overcompensating. So it's just this whole thing, and then obviously like I like to crack my neck sometimes.
Okay, back
too,
row, back
so.
row. Okay. All right. Well, there's a connection between your neck and the jaw, and we'll talk about that in a
Okay.
second. But I wanted to go through. There's some lower back also,
Yeah.
middle back, upper back. Tell me.
Yeah, a little bit of all of that.
Okay, just
it's
achiness that you feel. All right. So find your left shoulder's a little high. I'm just going to feel your hips here. The alignment of our spine determines how our spine wears out. Like the alignment of your tires in your car, you're all in what I call left avoidance.
Yeah.
You know, your left shoulder's high, and that even can be a head tilt. So sometimes your head will get injured on one side. That'll make you tilt your head.
Yeah.
So the alignment of your spine will put certain stresses on certain areas. And so typically we find the lower neck and lower back are under a lot more stress because of the forward head posture.
Mm-hmm.
You're fine. So you're dealing with about at least 1.5 inches, and your shoulders a little bit rounded forward. So there's two things going on. Not only is the head forward from the shoulders, but it's kind of hidden
Yep.
by the shoulders being rounded, right? If I pulled your shoulders back, does that make sense? The head's actually farther.
Oh yeah.
The more forward your head goes, the actual TMJ gets jammed. And so the jaw joint gets jammed when the head goes forward. And so your work particularly has a lot of you sitting a lot. So this sort of necessitates two things. We want to go through and make your spine limber, and then we need to actually get your body not forcing it to be upright, but that's where it wants to be.
Right.
So we have to first go through your spine, try to limber it up, see how, because you've never been adjusted before.
Yeah.
We have some massages, so maybe we'll see how tight it is. Go ahead and just show me some range of motion. Just turn your head left for me. Okay, and then turn your head right. A little bit harder to the right. I think you like to sleep with it left. Looks like the left is a little bit easier.
Yep.
Your neck. Well, and so because of
Yeah.
what this means is that you're basically in, so left lateral bend and left rotation are the same thing biomechanically. So with your left shoulder elevated, it's really more that your head is tilted left, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So with your head tilted left, do you see how there can be an injury over here that you're avoiding? That's what makes your head tilt left. And then you'll actually wear out the opposite lower. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because you're going to be compressing this side more. And we can sometimes see this with x-rays or MRIs. You know, look at that, your lower neck on your left, or and my left shoulder's hurting. And that's because of the head tilt putting extra stress on that left lower neck. But what I was saying mechanically, you're basically in left rotation a little bit all the time. Like a car,
Right.
it's already drifting to the left. And so
Yeah.
turning the wheel left's already easy because your car's already doing that. So we want to have the spine balanced, again, because you're young, but we got a long way to go. And so with these kind of misalignments, we'll make it to 45, 50, but we're not going to make it to 90 easily. The cables that control, so really more than the neck muscles here, get tensed when when the head is forward. The scaling muscles, the jaw muscles all get tense that actually jam the jaw back. So now when you're opening and shutting the jaw is actually jammed, and then you're opening it and then it's clicking because the joint is like sandwiched together.
Right.
So we want to first try to get the head back. That'll alleviate the tension on the jaw, and then that most likely the clicking that you're noticing will go away. Do you know if you grind or?
I don't. I know for a fact I don't. It's weird, but like I know I sleep with my mouth closed, and I'm like a silent sleeper. So
Okay.
it's like I don't feel any of that. I don't wake up with pain.
Okay.
This isn't hurting.
There's no
like
tenderness in the muscles.
no, not regularly. It's not like I feel it all the time. It's just obviously when I go to open my
It's
mouth,
clicking.
it's clicking.
Okay. So the stomach sleeping is a rough one because
Yeah.
when you turn your neck past 45 degrees.
Yeah.
So let me back up a little bit. So the spine is supposed to have an arch in your neck, and when the head goes forward, that arch goes straight, and then that creates the alignment whereby the lower neck is under extra stress. The farther forward the head goes, that loss of curve happens, and then essentially when you're on your stomach sleeping, especially with your head past 45 degrees, it's actually not possible for your neck to be curved at all.
Yeah.
You're sleeping with it actually. There's a couple of principles that actually happen when this model, I wish I needed a better model, but these, they don't actually make one, but the actual spinuses here are actually all bifid, we call it. Looks like a little butt there. They actually interlock with each other when there's a curve in your neck, making the upper neck the primary mover as it should be, and then the lower neck is actually, does that make sense, locked together.
Okay.
So to actually turn your neck past 45 degrees, they have to actually separate to allow them to rotate. And that's the biomechanical part of why the neck goes straight. And so by keeping your neck rotated past 45 degrees, you're essentially stretching any curve that you have in your neck out. Now, the reason why you like to be on your stomach is because it helps to feed avoidance. You know, there's injuries or things in there that, well, Ed, I'm not comfortable on my back, or I'm not comfortable in these other positions, and that's what I hope to help guide you through, to be comfortable in these positions that you want to get away from.
Yeah, because it's like can tell I want to twist my hips in my sleep. I want to I can't even really sleep on my side, and it does feel like that I'm only there because it's the most comfortable.
Right. And that's even what you said earlier with you liking to pop your neck. So the joints are made up of, well, there's a capsule. So wherever the two, I'm going to use the lower, just a little bit bigger. Whenever two bones come together, there's a little handshake. And there's a synovial joint capsule that when it's swollen with fluid, well, there's not a lot of nerve endings in there too, and then there's air bubbles that build up in there, and then by clicking the air bubbles, you release pressure from that joint. That's why it gives you some relief.
Yeah.
There's also some endorphins that are released when you click the joint, so it feels good, and then 5 minutes later, you have to do it again. And the reason why we don't want you doing that is that if you continue to do that, the joints will grow. So specifically in the lower neck, people are usually popping this area repetitively. This area is stuck. And then if you continue to pop it, the bones will grow. We call that degenerative joint disease, osteoarthritis. And that's where you, on X-ray or MRI, you're 29, but your lower neck is 45. It's aging at a faster rate.
Yeah.
And so 2 ways I treat that. One, as we get your upper neck working and as we get the curve in your neck, you won't feel the need to pop your own neck because there won't be tension in your neck. And then you actually won't be able to because they're all going to move as a team. So it's going to be hard for you to actually pop anything because they're all working as a unit. When this is stiff, it's easy to isolate your lower neck and click it. You're going to take it away from me. You're not going to feel the need to, is my main
Yeah.
point. You're not going to have a desire to.
Right.
Cross this arm under, this arm over. All right. So they're just little air bubbles from joints. You've already noticed, you've already been clicking but there's no bones breaking, there's no bones rubbing together. Okay. Take a deep breath in. Head back for me. Let all the air out. 1 second, actually. Deep breath in. Head back for me. Let all, head to go back. Head back. Head back. Exhale. There you go. There we go. Deep breath in. Let the head go back. Exhale. Deep breath in. Exhale. Yeah, a little tight there. I'm like, I do. You okay?
Yeah.
All right. What's going on is the upper back is tight because you actually use that to turn your neck. You actually recruit this area to help assist in turning your neck, and because you're instead of using your upper neck to turn your neck, the upper back is actually getting tight because it's not really happy with that.
Right.
Not really happy. I'm not supposed to be doing this. Hands on your belly for me. There we go. Take a deep breath in for me. And look over this shoulder. Exhale. Beautiful. Other side for me. All right. Put your hands on your belly. Okay, right there. Perfect. Deep breath in for me. Exhale. Look over the shoulder. Exhale. There you go. Very good.
Ooh.
You okay?
Yeah.
Very nice. Hey, step for me. All right, let's see what's going on. Why is that? Yeah, right side of your neck. All right. Yeah, that bone's sticking out right here. What was your teenage years? Athletics-wise, running?
Gymnastics.
Well, here we go.
And some cheerleading.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
All right. I when done properly, I don't worry about it. It's all the times that things weren't done properly that I worry about. It's all the times that you did a backflip and didn't land properly, or whatever.
Yeah.
It's well, Ed, it's fine if done properly. Correct. Well, how many times did you have to do it improperly to do it properly there? How many, times did they not catch you? Yeah. All right, real gentle. I got you. There we go. I got you. Head up, chin up for me. There we go. There you go. Yeah. Clunk. If you notice, the sound was loud. That's the larger misalignments. It's like a sliding door. The door's more open on the right. All right, I got your head. I got you. Relax here. Chin up. Yeah. There you go. Okay. There we go. You got it covered up with clothing. It's like I'm a carpet cleaner. Then you've put clothing over it, and I'll show you in a second. It's underneath there. It's in there. Right in there. Okay. Have they spent any time up here before? Not really, not as much. Deep
They do,
A little bit?
yeah.
Good. Good.
That's usually where I ask them to focus.
On the,
is-
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, good. Good. It should be obvious, is what I'm, well, hopefully
yeah.
anybody that works on your neck.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
sticking
I
out
can
like a
feel
sore thumb.
every knot.
Yeah, it's sticking out like a sore thumb over here, so. Your head doesn't want to tilt to the right. There we go. The tech neck, the forward, and the inundation of our lives being forwardly rotated and so pervasive in just everything, unless you stargaze or paint ceilings. Very few things are encouraging extension. So this is just kind of boring. I'm just going to go through here and just keep cleaning that, and we'll adjust it again. And so one thing I noticed when you were standing is that there's like a constant elevation to your shoulders. It really shouldn't. Shoulders should be more down than that. But because of the head being forward, that's craning and lifting up the shoulders. But it's really a forward head forward head posture. That's the problem. The shoulders ultimately can't go down until her head comes back. Like right here, all this is, that rib there is elevated. That's got to go down. Right there. Okay. Yeah, it's just everything's here, but it's like half the size as the right. It's just that, like, this rib is raised, but it's not nearly as high. This is here, but it's more in alignment on the left. All right. A little bit like there, a little graininess, but you see, I'm pretty much smooth. There's not much. The right's way more. We call it a righting reflex. Your eyes always seek the horizon, so that head tilt's then causing a shoulder. It's not a shoulder misalignment. It's not, we got to work on your shoulders. No, it's the head being tilted that's causing a shoulder tilt. They have 3 different phases in chiropractic biophysics of postural misalignment. It first starts with a head tilt, then a shoulder drop, and then eventually it'll translate into a translation. It's like stage 3. So you're in what we would term that stage 2. 1, 2. And then it'll actually translate to it'll just be, the shoulder will actually reline up again. It'll do like this, and then it'll just go to it'll just go to a translation is when you really messed up. It's like, it's been there a while. I'm just gonna go pretty gentle here, but yeah, right there it's already. See, starting there, okay. Not hard, right? Pretty easy?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Everybody's always like, you can't be gentle on her.
No.
You're hurting her. It's supposed to be pretty smooth combing.
High pain tolerance
Okay.
too, so
All right.
definitely can't,
All right.
won't hurt me.
All right. Yeah, something gymnastically happened right there, where your neck got, whipped or torqued. This joint got jammed, and then the response was to just tilt your head away from it, and then you healed on your stomach, head turned left,
Yeah.
and that's where it just solidified. That was your new home. And when I got injured, my dad would adjust me so that I wouldn't heal in avoidance. And all the insurance companies want to take care of is the bent rim. It's like, well, yeah, but now the tires are all worn out unevenly. The bearings are all shot on one side. And all these other problems have happened. Okay. We also want to work on getting your shoulders back. So I'm going to work on the front part of your shoulder here in a second. We're sort of two birds with one stone. When we're stretching in a minute, when I show you how to stretch your back, we're going to be getting your back in alignment, and we're going to be drawing your shoulders back at the same time. So the stretching I'm going to show you at the end of the visit is going to help in bringing your shoulders back. Okay. Not as much, but yeah, same. Both sides have it. Yeah, there's really not much tension in here. In terms of clenching, you know, you're not grinding. More on the left, actually, like right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's some tight muscles. Guess I'm saying the sternocleidomastoid, the scalenes, like laying down right now, they're all just tense, right? You're not even holding your head up against gravity yet. They're still tight. It's like, why? Well, they're prepared. This all needs to be, you know, we don't say loosened up ultimately, but it won't stay loosened up if we don't get the head back, right? Just rubbing this in and of itself won't change your alignment, but this is where the tension's coming from that's causing the clicking. We've got to release all these cables in here. You have headaches?
No,
No
not
headaches?
really.
Okay, good, okay. All right. Usually with this much tension, some people have headaches, some people
Yeah.
don't.
I guess it's made it a little easier to live with, but still.
Interesting.
Like, it really seemed to have gotten to the point where I was, I guess, frustrated by it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that to me tells more of a story of your forward head posture is getting slowly worse and worse because of life,
Yeah.
not a story of dental or even grinding.
Yeah, I only really started a desk job
Mm-hmm.
about 2 to 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Interesting. Pure coincidence.
Yeah.
Right. And the forward head alignment's gonna. I just want to sort of compare it. So just open and shut your jaw now. Uh-huh. Yeah. All right. Yeah, it goes over to the left first, and then it goes back to center. Relax here. Relax. There you go. Clunk. There you go. Okay. There we go.
How'd it feel?
Much
Okay.
better.
Okay.
Clunk, like it is like a clunk.
Yeah.
I'm just going to slide upwards for me. I want to just test something out. Keep going, keep going. I'm sort of just curious if I hold you. Just relax your head now. There you go. You okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now try to open and shut your jaw now. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, slide down for me. Yeah, we gotta just. Let me keep working on this a little bit. Just a little clicker, just a little. You'll feel it.
Yeah.
A little clicker. I'm just going pretty gentle here. Okay? There we go, sorry. You okay?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, it feels better. Gee. Hold on, we do a couple more. All right, go ahead and show me again one more time. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Go one more time, slowly. There you go. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, slowly. Yeah, I got you. Mm-hmm. Try that. I feel like there's fluid in the joint. It feels like that, like when you're opening the joint, all of a sudden you reach a pocket of fluid that then makes it push out. I wonder if you can just get some Epsom salt or some ice on this joint for temporarily, see if that would change it. But like I said, ultimately we got to get the head back, but I'm just seeing if we can. again, one more time slow. There it is, yeah. Does it hurt when you do that? Doesn't hurt, just yeah, you just feel it. All right. She's in a slope here, left elevation. Right, so it's this is all popped up. Left is popped, I'm exaggerating, but it's this. Left is popped up and it's making the right appear to be lower, but it's
No scoliosis, nothing.
No, it's not. It's
antalgia.
It's antalgia, yep. So that, the muscles are going to be under a lot more tension because the alignment's not right, so the body's being held in the wrong position, so the muscles are going to build up with more lactic acid, which is a nerve irritant, and I have achiness. That's most likely just acidity, but it's acidity that builds up because of posture. So the lumbar lordosis, the cervical lordosis, your ear being over your shoulder. Again, like I said earlier, we're trying to, in order to make your body reshapeable, we have to make it soft again. And since you're 29, it shouldn't take too long. 26 is when your spine fully hardens. So it's a process of reminding your back how to be supple. And then we'll, once you can stretch, and I'll show you the stretching and have a nice life and keep stretching. And you don't need to go 3 times a week the rest of your life to a chiropractor. The goal is to get loosened up, get adjusted, start stretching. If you can't stretch and it's too difficult, you get back in, get adjusted again. And that becomes your way of knowing when you need to be worked on. There we go. But yeah, this is right there. Okay. Have you noticed this when you get massaged before? Have you noticed the left is?
I have not.
No, okay. Just curious. It's okay. That's my job. Just curious. All right there. Hey, we gotta get these shoulders down. Yeah, I know here. Am I going too hard? You okay?
Oh yeah.
Too easy?
It's great.
Okay. All right, I'll go a little deeper. Okay. Ha! It's fine. I'll get you.
It's good pain.
All right, good. All right, I'm just checking you. All right. I see the hubby's strategy. Let her go first. He'll get all worn out on her. And then, yes, I can look tougher.
Happy wife equals happy life.
That's right. Well, that's too right.
Always.
That's
She
right.
gets the best treatment.
That's right. Oh,
And we're out on it.
no, I take care of her.
There's a bone in there that I get in trouble a lot on, so did you find that, manipulate that one? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't get in trouble.
Now that I feel.
Mm-hmm. The roots.
That shoulder will pop every time I lift my arm up.
Okay.
Oh man, that's.
Again, cables. These are just tight cables that are rubbing over the scapula.
Ooh.
There's multiple videos of mine getting worked on, so Eddie, I'm not sure if you know what this feels like. I do. I do. Yeah, I can tell you've been worked on. There's not a lot of the surface stuff has been removed. It's good. You're all ready for me. You're all prepped. Some people have to spend a number of visits just getting through all this surface stuff to get down to the deeper stuff so that I can finally get them loose enough to stretch them. But you're really ready for all this. Got you breathe for me. It's okay. Here we go. Exhale. Go easy. Breathe. Breathe for me. Exhale. Yeah. Okay. All right. Breathe. I'm not gonna hurt you. I know. Yeah. All right. I got you. All right. Let's do it a different way. Take a deep breath in for me, and then exhale. I got you. Breathe. There we go. I got you. I know. Breathe. I know. Exhale. Stretch. Come on. All right. Good. All right. Okay. I know. That was fun, Ed. Breathe. I got you. There we go. Gee. Finally, it moves. What would happen is every visit you get a little bit looser in terms of your adjustments. You notice that what I get like here at the end would actually work and move it at the beginning of the visit. And that's another sign that you don't need to be in my office. Everything just moving as it should.
Do you want me to take my socks off?
You're perfect. No, you're good. You're good. You're good. There we go. I'm a socks on guy, see?
Okay.
Socks.
You can do it all.
There we go. I got you. Okay, good. That moved. You're good. Mhm. Nice and loose. Go ahead and tilt your head to the right a little bit for me. Tilt right, tilt right. There we go. Go ahead and tilt to the right, tilt right, tilt right. Okay, good. Go ahead and tilt your head left. Okay, all right. There we go. Go ahead and tilt to the left. There we go. Gotcha. It's gonna feel a little awkward, I know. Let your chin go back. There you go. Perfect. So what you'll do is sometimes you'll take your hand and you'll place it on your forehead to get your head to sink into it. So you press. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. And then you just put your arm back down and relax. Kind of middle upper neck. Good. Go ahead and give me a medium one. I'm just going to check it. Yeah, it's better. 20 minutes. So, to me, when I open my, like I said, when you open and shut your jaw, this part of the jaw, protrudes outwards, but it's almost like when I was feeling your jaw, one was going first and the other one's going. They're not opening at the same time. You're not getting a symmetrical opening, and then you wouldn't feel it clicking. It's like one's opening and then finally the other one's opening. To me, there's some inflammation or fluid in there that you're running into as you're opening your jaw, which is making them open unevenly. I would either some ice or salt temporarily can help alleviate that, but I would work on this right here, working on getting your head back, stretching your head back, and then ideally half hour before you go to bed, you're working that curve back in your neck, and that should reduce the tension and inflammation that's deep in the joint to begin with, and then the clicking will stop. Would be how 20-minute sessions on this would be my first checkpoint. Get that underneath your belt, see how your neck feels and how the jaw is changing. After you get off this, you might feel a little warmth or tingling in your neck. It's really the disparity. Your neck wants to be straight, and then the pressure on your skin, you'll feel like some warmth or tingling in your skin that you're not hurting anything, but it'll feel a little odd when you get off. You okay?
Yeah, it feels good.